Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. I am so glad you're joining us today. We live in an era where our phones are literally constantly buzzing, right? And let's be honest, usually we see those interruptions as a nuisance. They're a distraction or even a source of anxiety. But the source material we're unpacking today offers a profoundly different and honestly really beautiful perspective. It explores the emotional comfort and joy derived from constant connection. So, let's get right to it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Disturb me, update me. I love to see your notifications. It almost feels totally countercultural, doesn't it? I mean, we spend so much time putting our devices on Do Not Disturb just to guard our peace. Yet this text opens with an explicit, open invitation to completely break through those walls. It establishes right out of the gate that for the author, a notification isn't some annoying digital intrusion, it's actually a deeply desired human connection.
So that brings us right to Section 1, the joy of interruptions.
We constantly face this really fascinating contrast in our daily lives. I mean, we've all felt that modern anxiety of being a burden, right? Staring at a draft text, worrying we're interrupting someone's workday, or terrified of being the dreaded double texter. But if we flip the script, the source explicitly reveals that for the receiver, these very notifications are secretly their favorite part of the day. Your interruption is actually their highlight. It's totally wild to think about.
And, it goes even further than that. According to the text, no matter how chaotic or stressful or busy life gets, a single message possesses this absolutely incredible, unprompted power to shift a mood entirely. Just one ping. It doesn't need context, it doesn't need to be urgent, it just needs to be from you. It instantly brings a smile without any logical reason, other than the simple fact that a connection was made.
Moving right along, let's look at Section 2, Anatomy of the Little Things.
I want you to think for a second about the last truly random text you received. Our source material lists 4 very specific types of communication that build this digital intimacy: random texts, unnecessary talks, late-night updates, and yes, even those mundane complaints about your morning commute. Just take a moment to really digest that. The author isn't asking for curated, polished perfection. They want the unfiltered, messy reality of your day.
I absolutely love this definition. Unnecessary talks. Think about how much of our communication today is purely transactional. Arranging meetings, asking for favors, coordinating schedules. The source explicitly cherishes the exact opposite of that. It reframes what we might normally consider pointless or even slightly annoying as essential acts of closeness. Like when someone sends you a message about a weird bird they saw on their way to work, it serves zero practical purpose, but emotionally, it means they wanted to share their reality with you in that exact fleeting moment.
So I have to ask you directly, do you hold back? Do you silence yourself out of a misplaced fear of annoying your partner or maybe your best friend? How many unnecessary but loving texts have you literally typed out and then deleted before hitting send just because you overthought it? The text we're analyzing suggests that holding back might actually be depriving the other person of the very comfort they are craving from you.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 3, the power of presence.
This perfectly captures a concept we might call ambient intimacy. We're so often physically separated from the people we care about the most, whether that's by long commutes, differing work schedules, or entire oceans. This quote reveals how little updates completely bridge that physical distance. They maintain a shared daily reality. You aren't just catching up on the weekend over coffee. Through these updates, you are actively participating in their random Tuesday afternoon.
And the author makes a really critical distinction here. True closeness in the modern age doesn't always require hours of deep dialogue. Let's face it, we don't always have the time or the mental bandwidth for a 2-hour phone call, but we almost always have time for frequent, small touch points. It's the frequency and the spontaneity of the connection, rather than the duration, that truly sustains the bond.
The phrasing here is just beautiful, simply knowing you thought about me for a moment. You see, the true value of a random text isn't actually the content of the text itself. It's the undeniable proof of affection behind it. It's kind of like the digital equivalent of a gentle tap on the shoulder. It essentially says, out of everything happening in my totally chaotic world right now, my brain paused and it thought of you.
And now for our final section, Section 4, Reassuring the Anxious Heart.
And this brilliantly illustrates the entire shift in perspective we've been talking about today. We started this explainer with the word disturb, as in disturb me. But by this point in the text, that concept has been completely overwritten. The interruption is no longer a disturbance. It is comfort. It is literally an emotional anchor. For the receiver, seeing your name pop up on their glowing screen is a moment of safety in a highly demanding world.
The absolutely crucial point here is the total openness of the invitation. Your day, your mood, your passing thoughts, the smallest things. There are zero boundaries here. No topic is considered too trivial, no mood too heavy, and no detail too microscopic to share. It is a heartfelt request for total mundane transparency.
Which cements this beautiful final promise, unconditional emotional availability. It really shows the boundless capacity we have for the people we truly cherish. When we love someone, the normal rules of digital information overload simply do not apply. We genuinely never get tired of them. Which leads us with this final, provocative thought. We spend so much time critiquing our screen time and worrying about our digital habits. And sure, that's valid. But if we look at the source material we explored today, we really have to ask ourselves, is our constant digital connection actually the most profound way we say I love you today? Think about that the next time your phone buzzes with a random complaint or a silly observation from someone you care about. It's not an interruption, it's a connection. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.